bu ne yelloo na ndox mu set te ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dundi doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wérugu yaram One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndex mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wér gu yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gat granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sell te óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wér gu yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD pure one membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund ni doomu
Novelas mi ma gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet gi ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex almadina boo ko pompe xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko, joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Abalde.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
said I'm the extraordinary host.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right?
So we are already on,
Yes.
huh? Wow, we are up and running. Welcome back. I mean, it's another day, Jennifer.
Yes.
Another, you know, we are always excited to come here
Yeah.
and share with our viewers. I've met a lot of people, and most of the time, I mean, they'll be like, well, we love the program.
Yes,
So
and
thank you
shout
very
out
much
to
for
everyone
it.
that follows on Facebook and on YouTube as well. We've been seeing the amazing feedback that they've been giving us. And be rest assured that we will pen them down and eventually implement some of the things that you want us to implement.
Exactly.
here on the
And
program.
Jennifer, it's World Teachers Day today.
Yes, shout
know?
out to all the teachers out there, you know. Have you been a teacher once in your life?
No,
I know up there some of our colleagues have been into teaching before,
Well,
coming
exactly. I
into
mean,
journalism.
It's a noble job.
Yes,
Anyway.
yeah.
I think it's a good one.
It
I've
is.
never
Taught before.
You know, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I want to teach someday. I want to teach, you know, go back to my alma mater and teach someday. For example, if you look at the School of Journalism at the University of the Gambia, it's a very young school. So I think if eventually I get a master's and eventually a PhD, then I'll be confident to go back and
And
teach.
surely it will happen very soon.
Inshallah.
So we are back again
Yes.
on another edition of
This morning?
morning.
Yes. So
How are you doing this morning? I hope you're okay.
You know, as much as we want to be serious sometimes, you know, like we always say, we want to give you exciting and memorable mornings.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we appear crazy, don't mind us. We're just
Remember,
doing that to make sure all of you guys are happy. That's what we're here for.
We promise to give you an amazing morning.
Yes, so we have the African proverb, we have the newspaper review. We're joined by our colleague Momo Dumboch to help us analyze some of the stories that we have today. Also on Community Watch, Clubfoot Management, Birkama Healthcare Workers Train in Ponsati Technique, and we'll be joined by Ibu Kamara, Founder National Coordinator, GCF, that is the Gambia Clubfoot Foundation. Also on social issues, we'll be taking a look at women in STEM, girls in STEM, as Gambia is currently participating in the first global robotics competition. We'll be joined by a mentor as well as a participant. And also click segment, Buba Fati, featuring Hussein Dada, one of your favorite artists.
Oh yeah, Hussein Dada.
Yes.
I mean, I learned that he was in Dubai.
Okay.
You know, the guy like rocking Dubai.
Rocking Dubai, man, where am I over Dubai?
Definitely.
Anyway, just to remind all of you that One Stop Water Solution has joined our team. All those filters, you know, the tanks and everything that you need in relation to getting to have clean water. Please stop by
Very
there.
important.
So what is our African
Let's not forget Parfum Novella. Wow. Let's take a look at the African proverb, Jenaba.
Yeah.
By the time the fool has learned the game, the players have dispersed. When you talk about fool, it reminds me of Korka.
Because of Korka Straight Talk?
Korka QTV.
Korka Straight Talk. Question you made it.
Wow.
Anyway, I think this is something that we've discussed here before. This has to do with procrastination, you know, not implementing things at the right time. Like I said the last time, it takes, you know, bravery to actually fight procrastination. Sometimes myself, I have to do certain applications and I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the other day. I'll do it the other day. You know, it's something that I'm also going through and I'm walking towards it. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't procrastinate. I procrastinate. Most of us do procrastinate, but we do have people who really, really act on things the moment they get it, which is really the spirit. So sometimes you have ideas that you want to implement and you say, I want to wait till next year or next month, not knowing that the same idea you have, someone else has. And the moment that person implements it, where are you? So when you have ideas, when you have business plans, when you're walking as well, you have to act fast. You know, sometimes you are giving a story and then you're like, oh, let me wait till tomorrow. Do it now. You know, you never know when that story, for example, is aired, whose life it could impact. So sometimes don't wait. Why wait? You know, why wait? Just go ahead and do what you have to do.
It's a matter of taking up the responsibility challenge. You know, you need to challenge yourself sometimes, Janaba. You know, every person you see, you have two voices. I mean, the one that is telling you, no, you cannot do it, and the one that is telling you, come on, why not? You can do it. Sometimes it's difficult for you to do it. I mean, getting up and doing it, it's very difficult. But once you've challenged yourself to do it, you'll find, okay, wow, it's not that difficult. Yeah. You know, let me just keep pushing and moving. Otherwise, you will not move, you will not go anywhere. You'll be at the same place. I mean, most people, I think procrastination is a problem.
It is. And you know, sometimes when you procrastinate because you're scared of the risks attached to it, it's okay to go ahead and take risk, although you need to balance it. The risk shouldn't be, you know, too harsh as well, to an extent that you might hurt yourself. You have to look after that as well. It has to be balanced. But sometimes there must be challenges there. But if this doesn't work for you, then you get to learn from these challenges.
Definitely.
So the question is, why wait? And you have to go.
And you know, not only fearing the risk involved, but also fearing how people are going to perceive this, how people are going to see this. Sometimes you are not secure, you are insecure that, okay, what are people going to say? What are people going to feel? If I do this, how is everybody going to look at me? So sometimes...
And you know one thing, sometimes the person, because there's a person next to you, and there's something that you want to do, and you're hesitating, not knowing that the person sitting right next to you wants to do the same thing. So the moment you wait, that person's going to come right after you and get to implement it. And later you're going to be like, oh, I should have done this earlier. But because you wasted so much time, someone else has achieved it.
I plan selling coffee opposite QCell gate.
Wow.
But this morning I saw someone selling coffee there.
Although so you wasted time.
I have to make this again. Korka is not a fool. He's my producer. I'm just kidding. He's a very serious person.
He is a very serious person. Like, you take it back,
very
right?
serious.
You take it back.
Mr. Boy, what's up?
Alhamdulillah. I was just enjoying your
analysis here.
Your African proverb.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. Haven't you guys read Julius Caesar? There's a tide in the affairs of men. Taking at the flood, it might lead to fortune.
Yeah.
You waste your time, then you might lose.
You might
Essentially,
lose.
that was what it is.
Sure.
And that's really what you were talking about. And it's not only that, you said that procrastination is a thief of time.
Yeah,
That's
it is. It is really.
Otherwise
yes.
you lose.
Thank you so much for that. So we'll go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we'll head right onto the newspaper review. Mr. Mboj is here to help us analyze some of the stories that we have on the papers. So do stay tuned.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and now we'll be heading right on to the newspaper review. You have the Point as well as the
Point
Standard.
newspaper. Let's take a look at the headline. 3 remanded over a gang rape. Interesting. 3 people. 3-year-old boy kills 4 years old. Meet Mariama Jallo, Gambia's first female air traffic controller. Equatorial Guinea, USA served court documents to Jammeh. Ex-Gambian Interior Minister Usman Sonko, detention extended in Swiss.
That's it?
Yeah,
What's
that's
on
for
Standard?
the Point. And on the Standard newspaper, opposition slams opinion poll as out of torch. Permit denial makes no to coalition stronger. Dabo arrives in Bara to rousing welcome. And of course, Comium's license suspended. Auditor General takes part in OIC annual audit. Police break up press conference by owners of former anti-crime office. Man arraigned for alleged rape, filming, exhibiting sex tape without consent. Yes,
Wow.
so that's what we have.
Seems we have 2 rape cases there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on Fourier, we have women gardeners decry losses due to lack of storage facilities, water shortage. Customers raise concerns over cost of NAWEX water electricity meters. Also, National Assembly confirms appointment of 2 into Judicial Service Commission. CD Ajata challenges lawmakers to stand against ministerial absence in Parliament. That's all we have on Fourier.
Okay.
Yes, so let's start with the story that has to do with women. We have 2 stories that has to do with women. We have the women gardeners here as well as 2 rape cases.
Yeah.
Quite alarming. Thank you so much for joining us, Mamadou Mboj.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so women gardeners decry losses due to lack of storage facilities, water shortage. This has been the case for so many years. We've seen this headline so many times. I wonder how eventually we'll be able to solve this.
Well, recently you heard there was an event organized, wasn't it, by the British High Commission with the oyster farmers, so where the Denton Creek. So they've provided storage facilities for them, solar-powered storage facilities. Yeah, so we've heard a good number of groups, as it were, complaining about the storage facility. And yes, something must be done, really, because regarding the supply chain, because everything now is a supply chain. So each segment, as it were, must be strengthened. So what the British government High Commission really did there, that's a brilliant initiative. Perhaps you might have other organizations as well that will go and help these market
But Ibrahima,
people.
you've seen that recently UDP has come out to say that they will dedicate 10% of their budget to agriculture. And generally, we've seen that most of these manifestos that we've came across are saying they will prioritize agriculture. So maybe if that's the case, this narrative might change if they stick to it.
Jenna, the thing here, I mean, agriculture has been mentioned for many years, and most people, if they're doing their campaign promises, most of the time they focus on agriculture because they know agriculture is the backbone of every country. And this is what people need. And I think supporting women, especially the gardeners, it's very important because most of these people feed their families from the proceeds which they get from their garden.
Yeah, sure.
So I think supporting them, helping them to at least enhance that will be very important.
Yeah, Mr.
Oh, absolutely, and for our food as well. These people, they also provide our food.
Yeah.
You know, this, people who sell. Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you talk about agriculture generally, we know that it creates about 70 to 80% of employment, really, yet gives back only about 20-25% to GDP. So you know that there's so much work that one must do there so that it can increase its percentage contribution to our GDP. So obviously one expects anybody who is vying to become president to prioritize that area.
Yes, it is expected. Like I said the last time, I won't vote for a president that does not really prioritize agriculture. So moving on, like I said, there are 2 stories on the papers today that has to do with the plight of women. We've seen 2 rape cases there, 3 men remanded.
Yes, 3 men remanded over gang rape.
And we've also seen one that is,
yes.
What?
Oh, okay. Let's.
Second one has to do with somebody videotaping.
Yes, man for recording a video and exhibiting it without consent.
The person's permission.
Yes,
and this is kind of a culture in Gambia now. We've come across several videos of such. You know, I wonder what the solution is.Maybe the police should take a strong stance in relation to this. What do you think?
It's not just in the Gambia, it's all over the world.
It is all over the world.
I mean, this revenge, as it were.
But it was not really the case in Gambia until recently, unless if it's reported now.
Well, the thing is, we are part of the world, so anything you see going on, don't be surprised that you will see it here. I imagine that every country in the world now, they're experiencing these things. So that's it. It just has to do with strong law enforcement. And then even with civil society, we must condemn it regularly, but you know that this is bound to happen once in a while. Somebody will do something stupid. It depends on what we do about it after this person has done it.
Yeah,
I will advise to, especially young girls. I mean, it's important. No matter what happens, I think videoizing it's a problem. And this thing it happens almost every time. We've seen a lot of videos circulate in this country. I think certain things should not be done. It's not fair, Mr. Butch.
And my problem is the fact that most of these cases that has to do with sexual and gender-based violence, you know, cannot go to court. Because at the end of the day, the victim reaches there and the family tells the victim that you can't talk about this anymore. You know, so there's no evidence to actually convict the perpetrator. That's the sad part of this whole thing.
Yes, it is going to be difficult given the society how we are like. There are certain things we really cannot talk about in public.
Sure.
That's it. It's not just in the rape cases. In so many other areas, you know, one person can commit a crime against another, and then suddenly you have the parents coming around to talk about it, you know, communal consensus. That's essentially what we are. So yes, you have these 2 systems. You have a formal legal system. That should be tough on all of these things. But again, it's having to sit side by side with how we are like as a society. The norms. So this is going to be quite a battle, but we must understand as a society that when we really want to drive out certain forms of behavior, we must be tough on them. So we as parents as well must really take this into account. But if you want to banish certain behavior from our society, then you must take a tough stance. And even in the law, there are certain things. It's a crime against the state. not even parents should be able to come and say that, no, we're not going to prosecute this, because it has moved on, the case has moved on. Now it's a crime against the state, and this is what the state believes. So yes, we need really a tougher state in many ways to help ordinary people. Otherwise, even when they say that people, parents or the community elders will come and sort it out, let us be careful. There's a certain politics within society. Perhaps the one with a higher social status also can begin to enforce, in subtle ways, how people talk. In subtle ways, they begin to enforce their wishes, their preferences over the others. So it's never, these negotiations are never done on the sort of like two people with equal weight. So we must be careful about these things.
I am so happy that we'll be introducing more segments on this program, and part of the segments that we'll be introducing has to do with law. So it's important that we have this. Looking forward to that new segment, just so we'll be educated in relation to how the law operates in relation to sexual and gender-based violence and all the issues that we get to deal with on a daily basis. So we've also seen that in the Gambia here, for the first time, we have a female air traffic controller, and it's part of the headlines for the Point newspaper. Isn't it exciting, for the first time in the Gambia, we have a woman saying Roger that, arrival, departure. It's good.
Really, but at this stage, 2021, we shouldn't be surprised by it.
Yeah.
Women are just as good as men in so many different areas, you know what I mean? And when it comes to intellectual power, I was talking to Adi about this the other day. When it comes to intellectual power, more or less the same. And these days, you don't need, before perhaps the advantage that men had was that we were physically stronger. I think that much nobody will deny it. But now with technology, that physical element is almost being neutralized, if you like. So absolutely, why not? Whatever men can do, women can do.
Are we there yet?
It's a gradual. I mean, what do we mean by are we there yet? What are we looking for? 50-50? I mean, it's an artificial parity. Not even in the West, it's not working.
It's not a 50-50 for me. It's just what each individual deserves. For me, it has to do with competence, and considering the fact that these stereotypes are there and it's fixed that it is there, sometimes even the competence is there, you can't get it. That's just the reality.
Earlier on, we talked about certain social norms that sometimes interfere or perhaps even derail, as it were, certain agendas we have. You're dealing with society, you're dealing with these norms. So how do you change them? It's a generational game. One would rather go for persuasion much more than coercion. You cannot force anything. If you're going to force anything, nothing has changed. The day you don't have the power, people will resort to whatever we were. Now, you've called it the first. That's a movement. So we shouldn't be locked in the past, thinking that nothing is happening. It is so slow. But you've mentioned it, the first. There is a movement. There's something going on.
There's a movement.
When you compare it to previous years, I mean, now we have women in more positions, women taking up a lot of responsibilities than previous years.
Yeah, but don't forget that if you look at our parliament, we have 5 or 6 women right now, and most of them are even nominated. So really, the progress is not seen.
Well, gradually, and I think that notion should also change, because when you look at certain things in this country, women are behind it. Even political rallies, political campaigns, women come out and clap.
They come out and clap, but do they lead at any point? That's the question.
We should try and change that, but surely we will be there, Mr. Mboy. Don't you think so?
Just depends whether you want to look how you want to look at the glass. Is it half full or half empty? It appears that Geneva wants to look at the half empty. I want to focus on the half full.
To be honest, like I'm not looking at that. Sometimes I have push and pulls with activists. Sometimes they talk about the quota system. Sometimes I tell them, sometimes I think about it and I don't believe in it. The competence should just be there, and let's remove all the biases and let everything flow. But generally, it's not possible. So then you have to bring in the quota.
So human beings are not like that. You appear to think that there is this independent, autonomous sphere called competence, and anything else we can put aside. People do not work like that.
That is why we have to push, right?
We are integrated. We are not compartmentalized, as it were, for people to think
so
like
that is just my wish. That is my wish, that this happens and everything is pushed aside. And the fact that it can't happen, that is why sometimes we need to talk like this.
Yes, I'm glad you've called it a wish.
It is a wish,
So
and it doesn't exist, and that is why we have to use this tone to actually push or persuade, as you said.
Well, let's take our time.
This
is how history works. I mean, you can be radical. We've seen sort of radical people in the past wanting to force things, but in doing so, you're going to have to get rid of so many people. That is why dictatorships, when they come with their program, they are so much in a hurry, but you're going to have to kill many people because they wouldn't fit your paradigm. It's just the nature of life, but we are in democratic politics where everything is slow.
Yeah, but Mr. Mboj, I think you're taking it too extreme. Anyway, moving on. Sidi Ajata challenges lawmakers to stand against ministerial absence in parliament. You know, sometimes we go to the parliament and we hear that minister so-and-so is not available today, and the parliamentarians are already there. And sometimes the excuses are not genuine. It has to also do with their different committees that they have. Sometimes I've attended few of them, and these people do not show up to actually talk about their plans. So it's quite disheartening. Yes,
absenteeism is not just with ministers, even the National Assembly members themselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be absent. Oh, yes, I mean, a minister, if you are required to come by the National Assembly, you must come. That one can never compromise on that. Perhaps sometimes the time that you're required to come, maybe you are committed elsewhere. One can understand some of these practical difficulties, some of these reasons that would delay, as it were, why you don't. Yeah. But as a principle, nobody can deny that. National Assembly members must make sure that when they require a minister to come, you must come. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
For me, the sad part is the fact that prior communication is not there to tell, because if an individual can't make it, then the person will communicate earlier. But when the parliamentarians are there already and there's no information, then, you know, it sends a bad signal. That's the sad part.
That's a general cultural problem. We
need
experience
to
it
fight.
everywhere.
Yeah.
We experience this sort of thing
in fact,
everywhere.
I wanted to mention the courts. Sometimes certain things happen and a particular sitting in the court and a particular person will not be there. And you will see, all they will say is, this guy wasn't there. So it's a problem. I think absent is a problem. We need to address that. Mr. Mboj.
We see it everywhere. We'll have to go back to this. I'll keep on banging on it until I don't know, doomsday. We are our institutions. See, we are like that everywhere else. So you go to the National Assembly, you are going to find us there. We are the ones who are there. You go to the courts, you are going to find us there. So eventually, I hope that people will come to the recognition that, oh my God, be the change you seek, isn't it? How Obama put it. If I do not change as an individual, my society is not going to change. So it makes it easier for us when I sit here, then I can be scapegoating, we call it scapegoating. Oh, I am okay, but it's him, it's her. We like pointing fingers. Oh, look at the National Assembly members, oh, they're useless. Oh, look at the courts, everything is useless. But how do I do it in my own personal life? What do I do? So this is going to be a very, very long process. We are coming to the recognition that we are our institution. It's as simple as that.
Yep, okay. So that's the thing. Our last proverb had to do with the ruins of a nation start in its homes or something.
Absolutely.
That has to do with us. And then if you take a look at the opinion polls, we started talking about it, Ibrahima, yesterday, the opinion polls that was conducted, and the opinion poll rather, and then we saw NPP at 39%, we saw UDP at 13%, and we saw 40% for individuals who are yet to decide, and now opposition slams opinion poll as out of touch. It's expected.
But based on what? Have they got their own rival poll, or is there something wrong with the methodology? I mean, what is the argument? You see, an argument is not simply an assertion. How do they know that it's out of touch?
Question?
Shall we move on?
Thank you so much for joining us, Mamadou Mboj, on the newspaper review. It's always good to have you here. I know at some point we had to turn the whole thing into a debate. but it's needed, you know.
It's healthy.
It's healthy.
It's a
It was a healthy
democracy.
one, yes.
That's it.
Thank you so much. So moving on, we'll head right on to the community watch. We will take a look at a video in relation to Clubfoot management. Birkama healthcare workers train on Ponsati technique, and we will be joined by Ibu Kamara, founder, national coordinator of the Gambia Clubfoot Foundation. Do stay tuned.
This training is to prepare healthcare workers on the basic Ponseti technique to be able to detect and treat early clubfoot problems in children. Clubfoot is a birth defect where one or both feet are rotated inward and downward. In many cases, the affected foot and leg may be smaller than the other. Without treatment, the foot remains distorted or deformed, causing people to walk on the sides of their feet, which may lead to pain and difficulty in walking. At the event, Ibu Kamara, the founder and national coordinator of the Gambia Clubfoot Foundation, explains the role played by his organization in the fight against clubfoot problems in the Gambia and highlighted their achievements.
Treatment is a challenge in the country. There are no well-trained Gambians who have the skill to treat the clubfoot in our own country. We decided to look at the program in that aspect by training our own people. When we started with Carniving as a pilot and Edward Price Small Teaching Hospital, each of these hospitals, we trained 6 people. And then from then, the past 2 years, they've treated 157 children within these 2 facilities. That is an achievement.
The training consultant, Dr. Uchenna Oluwatosin, a physiotherapist from Nigeria, says early treatment of children with clubfoot problems is important.
Clubfoot is majorly idiopathic. Up to 80 to 90% of the cases are idiopathic in that there's no known cause. What has been found is that it's more common in low-income countries, not because of any specific factor, but because in low-income countries we tend to have more children.
Dr. Oluwatosin also stated that apart from the primary factors, there are secondary causes of the condition.
There's a 10% that is secondary, and in this secondary you find that it's associated with other diseases. We could have spina bifida, which is a neurological condition, or arthrogryphosis, which is something that has to do with the joints of this child. So when you have the secondary cases, it's not easy to deal with Ponseti. And then sometimes we actually have to decide whether it's worth it, because there's a life-threatening situation or condition that the child has that has to be taken care of first before you think of Ponseti.
Lamin Sanyang, the officer in charge at Birkama Health Center, expressed delight at having 8 of his staff trained in clubfoot management and thanked the Gambia Clubfoot Foundation for choosing the hospital. He added that Birkama Health Center is the 3rd clubfoot treatment center in the country after Edward Francis Small and Carniving General Hospital, and highlighted the importance of this training.
This is really very important because if you look at the physiology of clubfoot, the way most of these babies are born with it, and then if not being treated, they go handicapped for the rest of their lives. So getting this treatment and having these people trained, at least you are bringing them out from that what they might be going to, which is not necessary in life, so they become productive people in life.
Clubfoot is a treatable abnormality that can be managed with early intervention. However, according to officials, there is a lack of public knowledge regarding the condition. Therefore, creating more awareness campaigns will lead to early detection and treatment of clubfoot, and therefore prevent children from having this disability.
Yeah, Jawa, they're stating that there's a lack of public knowledge and publicity in relation to clubfoot. That is why we're joined by Ibu Kamara to further explain to us what clubfoot is, taking it down to the Ponseti technique and all of that. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Kamara.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jainaba.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
For inviting me to the studio to talk about the clubfoot. Jao did very well when they covered the program in Birkama. We did an appeal that we need the media institutions, QTV, GRTS, and other media institutions to partner with them to help us to spread a message of clubfoot disability, so that so many people that are at home that are not aware that clubfoot is treatable condition, they could come forward for the treatment. So he did very well, and I just got a call that I should be here in the morning. In fact, it should be on Monday, but due to certain arrangements, I couldn't come in here.
Oh, okay.
I have to make an arrangement to come here.
But it's all the same.
Yeah, but then I wanted to also, because of the busyness, I should have come here with some of the team members, like Dr. Kajali Kamara, Dr. Mane, Alaji Mane, or Dr. Keba Marina. These are the key team members, senior doctors working with us in Clubfoot treatment. When we started the Clubfoot treatment 3 years ago, from 2019, and then we found out that treatment of this condition is a challenge. The knowledge is there, but the procedures of treatment is not, a protocol is not very much up to standard. So this is why we set up the foundation, call it Gambia Clubfoot Foundation, and then start to look for funding so that we can able to get funds to treat the clubfoot, because it's expensive. A clubfoot treatment is expensive. It's not a one-off. It takes a long process from the correction level to maintenance level. It takes ages, but it's doable. It's much also easier than surgery. Then they call it Ponseti. This Ponseti technique involves manipulation and casting. That's why I have to come up with some of this equipment that is a fit of a child that undergone the treatment. It's done through this POP. This is what we use to wrap the child's feet after a thorough manipulation, and then looking at measuring the deformations, knowing the extent of the deformation through the primary scoring technique, and knowing the severity of the deformations, and then gently manipulating it and casting it on number of visits. And then they got corrected. You can see the feet is definitely corrected. The one that is twisted that way. From the correction level, we have what we call the maintenance level. That maintenance level, when the foot is corrected, it's not completely done. It takes another process. That's what we call the maintenance phases. So we use this equipment called brace. It's a special brace that is used. And this is a kind of a shoe that is mainly for only treatment. So a child would wear this immediately if the child's foot is corrected. It will continue to wear this for 3 months consecutively, 23 hours of a day. So they only have only a few hours, 1 hour, just to relax. But they continue to wear this. Even if they are going to bed, they wear this continuously after 3 months. After 3 months, then they will continue to wear this nightly. When they have a nap in the afternoon, they will wear this. When they go to sleep at night, they wear this until in the morning, they wake up, they'll take it off and put it in a safe place. This continues up to 3 to 4 years.
Wow. Then the process,
it's a long process.
Yeah, it takes 3 to 4 years. Because if the foot is twisted that way, now it's corrected. So it takes time before it heals into that normal, natural way of being. So that's why you don't just correct it and say it's done. You leave it, it will come back. It will relapse. That's what we call it relapse cases. We've seen some children that we treated here, parents assume that it's okay, and then we see them back again.
Oh, wow.
Because we keep asking them, every 3 months we call them to come back. For a visit, we check whether the foot is not relapsing or whether the parents are adhering onto the breast maintenance.
Yes.
So every 3 months we come.
I wanted to ask this. When do you treat clubfoot? When do you start treating the clubfoot?
We start at a very, very convenient time that would not take much resources. If a child is born the first week of birth or the second week of birth, it's very, very easier for us, and it's also take a lot less resources in terms of the POP you take and the visits, and also even the maintenance phase, it takes a lot less than that, 4 years, but standard is 4 years. So that's why we keep continuing to advocate to get some awareness, particularly the midwife and nurses in our facilities, in our hospitals around the country, because these babies are born in the hospitals. The moment the child is born, midwife or nurses attendant, they should be able to detect at birth this child has clubfoot. That is a key to our advocacy. We need that training. We call it early detection and referral training. We need to train our midwife around the country and nurses for early detection and referrals.
Okay.
As soon as a child is born, they detect its clubfoot, and they will know where to refer the child. But now, currently, we have 2 treatment centers. 3 now, Brikama joining us now, just ended the training. Carnifing, Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Carnifing. And these are the treatment centers. Brikama is also joining on the treatment. But we want to continue to do what we call decentralization. That decentralization is what we're trying to do, and then train more people in our hospitals, in our health facilities around the country, so that in every corner of this country, if a child is born with clubfoot, it referred to that treatment center and got treated without
so Mr. Kamara,
difficulties.
yes, I think
Right.
due to time constraints, we might have, I think we have 3 minutes. I just want you to emphasize on the courses, because we talked about the fact that there's not enough publicity. So I think we should also focus on the courses, because we know Gambia here, sometimes we see certain conditions in children, and we tend to associate it with spiritual issues and all of that.
True.
So it is important that we stress that point. If this is genetic, what is the cause really?
Yeah, that is a very important question. We, as far as knowledge is concerned, clubfoot knowledge is concerned, it is genetic related condition. But for our case, we are not very much focusing on what causes clubfoot.
Okay.
We're not focusing very much because it takes a lot of process, a lot of research to know what causes it. So it takes a lot of effort. Our much emphasis is its treatable condition. We can treat it. Known surgical method, we can treat it. So we focus more on the treatment than focusing on research to get the causes.
But Mr. Kamara, don't you think it is important that, not just in Gambia here,
Yeah.
but we try to at least figure out what the causes are? Then maybe eventually we can come up with a vaccine or something. It is important to conduct studies. In as much as it takes time, maybe if we come up with a vaccine or a remedy, then you won't have to use the Ponseti method or any other method to fight this.
Yeah, that is quite very true. But as far as my research knowledge is concerned, globally, it is going to be very difficult for any doctors to tell you this is the actual cost of it. They will tell you it's genetic related, environmental conditions, lifestyle, and all that sort of things. But then the founders, Ponseti founders, tend to focus more on the treatable condition. As soon as child is born, the first week of birth, they treat. Before it goes to 3-4 months, the child is recovered, is treated, and would never even be aware that he was born with clubfoot. This is where the emphasis. So at our end also, we studied this and we knew the knowledge, we know it. When we still want to do more research, continuously do research, but put more emphasis on the treatment.
Okay.
More emphasis on the treatment.
But I'm looking forward for the research to remedy the situation.
And looking for vaccine, this is what causes it. So we have not gone to that far, but we think it is treatable. Nobody should be disabled of this cause.
Okay, but Mr. Kamara, I'm afraid I'm challenging the foundation to actually further study, let's further push to actually know what causes this, because it's discomforting for these children to be treated in relation to this, looking at these.
Yeah.
So the moment we have a remedy prior or something just to prevent it, it will be good. Due to time constraints, we might have to leave you, but quickly, I just want to know in seconds, what is the motivation to come up with such a foundation? You are the founder and the national coordinator. Is it because a family member experienced this or something? Just quickly.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I am a public health specialist. While I was studying public health in the universities in the UK, I got a friend who came to the Gambia, brought a picture of a child with bilateral club-footed, and they're looking for overseas treatment.
Okay.
This motivated me to do more study on clubfoot.
Okay.
And I've seen, I say, look, in our own country, we don't have a treatment of this. and they are looking for overseas treatment. It's expensive to get doctors or hospital to treat these children. Evacuation process take a lot of process, and it's very expensive. Not every family would be able to do that. This gave me that inspiration to go and study more on Clubfoot, particularly in the management of Clubfoot, and then coming back to the Gambia with that knowledge and set up a foundation. Work with the doctors, particularly Dr. Kajali Kamara, work with them and set up the foundation. Then look for funding. GCI, Global Clubfoot Initiative in the UK, contact them, and then they contacted Miracle Fit for us to get the funding.
Okay,
this
thank you
is
so
how
much.
It
started. Thank you so much, Mr. Kamara. I'm afraid we might have to let you go, but thank you so much for the work that you do.
Thank you.
And looking forward to the research. I'm looking forward to you coming back to this morning to tell me, hey, Jainaba, we've collaborated with other countries, and now we finally have a solution to this. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. In fact, what happened
Yes.
is another one because of our decentralization.
Yes.
We are training 2 Gambians.
Okay.
Because we get doctors coming from outside Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Nigeria, coming to train our people here. Now we got 2 doctors going to Sierra Leone for training of trainers, West African countries. Gambia is joining in November.
Yes. Thank
and
you
when
so
they
much,
come
Mr.
back,
Kamara.
they will be training our people in our own country.
Locally. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Mr. Kamara.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So
thank
viewers,
you.
we'll go for a short break. And when we come back, we'll head right on to social issues. And Gambia is participating in the first global robotics competition. And we'll be joined by a participant as well as a mentor, just for them to share their experience in relation to this robotics competition. So do stay tuned. When we come back, we'll head right on to that.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information.
Cherry.
Join the Gambia's fastest growing network and enjoy high-speed 4G LTE. Dial *335# to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to swap your SIM. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
The best product in town is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow. Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Novelas mi no gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ji ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum novelas parfum bi dafa neex almadina boo ko bompee xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum novelas baxuur bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Welcome back, viewers, from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So the social issue that we'll be discussing today has to do with girls in STEM, as the Gambia participates in the first global robotics competition. Thank you so much for joining us, Aisata Job, who is a participant, and it's an all-girls team, so she's here representing the other 5 girls. And we're also joined by Marabiam Fall. Thank you so much for joining us as a mentor.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
so this is Aisata Ibrahima, and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
part of a, you know,
really?
the whole team is 6 girls. So this year, I'm happy to see that the whole team, I'm not being biased, I'm just saying that, you know, it's a way that at least the narrative can change when it comes to the participation of
we're
girls
trying.
in STEM.
I mean,
Yeah.
we just mentioned it here. Sorry, we will be there.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Aisata.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a fruitful discussion.
Conversation. So Aisata, take us through how you first realized that STEM is an area that you want to venture into as a young girl.
Okay, it was all by Miss Juma who introduced us to the competition, the ICT.
Okay.
And then she later tried to introduce us to the whole robotics thing. So then we just participated. I actually participated in the 2019 challenge because the 2020, the whole COVID thing was in, and then I did not have access to the internet.
Yeah.
So then the 2020 challenge, the team was just me and the other girls. So then this year, it was like the COVID is kind of reduced and stuff. Yeah, so I was part of the 2021 challenge team. And then I found out that STEM is a way of moving the world forward. And then so due to that, I decided to venture into the STEM system.
Yeah. So how do you feel doing it? You know, how do you feel using STEM to change the world, as you mentioned?
Okay, I feel good as a girl because most of these type of fields is mostly boys venturing into the whole system. So I decided to come into the STEM system because my whole family are studying commerce. So I decided to study science so I would kind of change the world with my own knowledge or stuff.
I'm so inspired already. Oh my God.
Interesting.
Yes.
And this goes to the gentleman. Let's talk about how does it feel for you to motivate a group of young people to be involved in this?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's very important. especially when it has to do STEM, and most importantly, girls in STEM. I think it's like Jennifer said, it's something that is very rare, and not only in Gambia, but most part of the country, the world rather. So for me, I feel happy contributing to the development of young people, and I think I've been doing that for so many years now, but this time around is in a different field, that is STEM, because my focus is on social media, because that's what I do. But coming into robotic, having girls that are interested and determined, I can tell you these girls, they are the best you will ever have in this country, not only because they have the knowledge, but also the determination. Sometimes they will be with me in our office till 10 p.m. to make sure that we have this challenge done. Because FGC, the challenge is truly challenging. So every day there is a challenge that you need to complete. So if you don't complete it, you miss a point. And certain points are just 1 point, but they don't want to miss even a point. So they will call in us, have you submitted this? Have you submitted that?
Yes.
Let's take a look at the challenges. I'll come to you again. What challenges do you face? Because I know this is a field that most people consider is supposed to be done by men. So how do you feel? What are the challenges that you face?
Well, actually there are kind of a lot of challenges, but if you see we're devoted to it, is because we want to make sure that most of our gender, like the female gender, come into the STEM system, so that we'll kind of like break the gender
stereotypes and all of that.
So we decided to come into it because we just feel like we are part of the world and we're supposed to be part of the people developing the world and moving it forward.
All right, so take us through the competition, you know, working with all the 5 girls, trying to put up challenges every single time. I know now you're completely done with all of the challenges. So take us through just participating in the first global robotics competition. How is the feeling, and how have you been able to really push to reach this far? In as much as the results are not out yet, but we're still happy that you're able to make it this far.
Yes, the first global challenge this year is about, the theme is about discover and recover. You know, the whole COVID system has spoiled a lot and made us, due to the COVID system, we have lost a lot of income, yes, and stuff like that. So we're trying to solve, this year we're trying to solve the health. There are actually like categories you're supposed to choose from, like the health, environment, education and stuff. We chose health because the health system in the Gambia is so poor. It's not so poor, but actually kind of poor. So we decided to go to hospitals and check what they're lacking, and we'll try to solve if in any way we can. So we went to certain hospitals like Lamtoro, and we went to a hospital around Bakote. Yeah, I forgot the name. So we spoke to the doctor, and he said the Gambia, it's the reason why the COVID is so spread is because we lack ignorance. And there's misinformation and stuff. Yeah, so we decided to use that as our as our challenge. Yes, team? As our challenge as a team. We're actually a team of 7 girls.
Yeah. Oh, 7 instead of 6.
7
okay, thank you.
Yeah, so we did. So not all of us went to that hospital. Some went to Lamtoro. We divided ourselves.
Good.
So the next time we went there, he told us that their hospital don't deal with the COVID system much because they don't have the facilities. And so whenever you come there and he sees like signs of the COVID, he refers you to a hospital that treats it or kind of does something with COVID. Yes, and that is how we decided.
So you're trying to solve the fact that there's misinformation and also people are ignorant when it comes to COVID. Yeah, so as a mentor, how has that been working? These girls, are they able to achieve that?
Yeah, I would say they have been able to achieve it, because after doing that research, we came together and said, okay, we are going to use all kinds of communication to make sure that we put across message about COVID-19. So we decided to build an application, and the application will talk everything about COVID-19, from the signs, symptoms, the myths, and of course the facts. So they build that application, and that application, though it's not fully published online, but it's built. So anytime we are ready, we can of course upload it on either Apple Store or Google Store or on board. But the application is there, and the application, it was built within a very short time. So that shows how crazy these girls are. They built it from scratch. Nobody helped them. It's just a matter of coaching them. That this part, this is the layout, this is the design. Aside from that, they did everything. And I think my favorite part of it, of the whole global challenge, is the last part, which is the CubeSat. For the first time in the Gambia, a CubeSat is built and launched. And it has never happened. They are the one that have done it in this country. That's the CubeSat that we launch and send it to the atmosphere. So the CubeSat, it measures pressure, temperature, humidity, and the dust particle particularly present.
And all done by these 7 girls. Oh my God.
It's like, you know, we have
the future is bright,
definitely.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this group. How long does it take for you to understand all of these things? Because I'm confused right now.
You're confused.
I don't even know.
So you're talking about putting the girls together?
Yes. How long does it take for them to learn certain things?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it can take time, and it also depends on their availability and determination, because there's a club called Mozilla Hackathon Girls, and there's another one, Hackathon Girls Gambia. So it's 2 clubs, but they are the same. So the Mozilla is for them that are going to senior, junior school, and the Hackathon is for those that are tertiary institution. So they meet regularly to learn about this robotic stuff, about basically programming, because robot is all about programming. Even if you build a robot, if you don't program it, it's just a useless, it's just a statue. So there's a program part of it which is very crucial. So these are the parts that they teach these kids to understand. So both the Mozilla and the Hackathon, they are, like they are said, they are all girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, we were supposed to have the robot here, but the robot has already been dismantled. So if not, we were going to have the robot right here, but unfortunately, you've seen it there already, yes.
So what about, do you have an intention of expanding this in this country?
In rural Gambia?
Maybe someone is watching from Basse End, you know.
He's from Basse, it's okay. Somebody's watching from SL, I'm from SL as well. Let's make this balance, you people, you know.
Obviously, our aim is to make sure that every child in this country, they are given that enough material, enough tool to be able to solve the problems of their own communities. So you don't need to take people from the urban Gambia to go and solve the problem of the rural Gambia. So the aim is to make sure that every child is given the right opportunities, because if they have the opportunity, they have the materials, the tools, obviously they just need coaching to be able to do it. Because in our time and your time, obviously, there was not
I didn't get it.
If you have the material, coaching, it's not that easy, but I won't do that.
They are lucky. They are lucky that they're able to have these things.
Definitely.
Yes. So, Aisatu, if a young girl your age out there is watching, probably maybe the girl is in grade 9 and feels like they cannot do science in grade 10, going to grade 12, what message do you have for them?
Well, all I have to tell them is that the field is so great, it's so amazing, and there are a lot of new ideas and new skills to learn when you venture into science. And it's more like it's the field that is mostly taking the world forward. And then it's just so beautiful when you venture into science. You just have to go for it. You don't have to listen to people who tell you that science is more of a male career or field and stuff like that. You just have to go for what you want and do it. Because if you look at science, most of the careers you'll be able to have in science is more of these careers that will be able to take the country and the world forward. If most of the girls venture into science, like we can have a lot of opportunities. Even we can even go and travel abroad and make our country and everything so beautiful.
Oh my God!
Well,
Isn't this amazing? This is amazing.
If you are watching this show and you're not a science student or you have
It's
not studied
okay.
science,
It's
still
okay.
okay. I'm not a science student.
Yes.
I was a science student.
You were a science student?
When I was
What are you doing here?
When I was going to school.
What are you doing here?
I don't even know. How much are the fee?
Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm happy you said that.
So you can still do this
Yeah.
without being a science student. It's just there are just basics that you need to understand to be able to cope with other science students in this stuff.
Yeah, that's it. So what do you have to tell parents who get to also force their children to just do science because they get an aggregate 6 or a good aggregate, even when their children do not want to do that?
To do science.
Yeah.
Well, all I have to tell them is that they should let their children do whatever it is that they want to do. They should not force their children to do anything like when they have aggregate 6, they're supposed to do science or stuff. There are a lot of opportunities too in the commerce field and the arts. It's just that the science is more like empowering the female
someone
gender.
is becoming biased.
It's like before.
Yeah.
Certain things when it comes to technology, science, robotic, and all these things you do, people think we cannot do it.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we used to think. But now I think the trend is changing. The way people think.
So time is up. Thank you so much, Marabi and Aissatou Jammeh. This has been Aissatou Job. This has been an amazing conversation, and good luck. You know, looking forward to positive results from the first global robotics competition. And when we win or get any prize, don't forget to invite me on the celebrations. Me and Ibrahima, we will be so happy to attend.
Yes,
you know,
forced to know.
Forced to know. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank
so
you.
viewers, we will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we will head.
You know what? It's like I have Hussein Dada.
Hussein Dada, wa mo fi wara ñew de
Oh,
loolu lañu
yeah.
te nga ne mooy sa favorite.
Oh yeah.
Ah waaye kombang ka mu ngi laa seetaan de kombong ka.
Mu ngi toj Dubai de.
Man xaw ma de kombong ka mu ngi laa seetaan fii nga toog nga ne kombong ka tam xaw ma lan.
Xam nga favorite artist dafa am.
Ak artist boo like.
Artist bi nga xam ne
Anyway, kombong ka mu ngi laa seetaan man xaw ma si dara. Anyway, we will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we have Buba Fati, Skengman Sweezy featuring Hussein Dada. Do stay tuned.
Step into the future of television with sleek and slim design Samsung Smart TVs, ranging in size from 32 to 75 inches and in different technology. Smart LED, Crystal UHD, Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dot LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV as our TVs offer an unparalleled vision adventure from the comfort of your living room. Ultra viewing angle, powerful picture quality, web browser, gallery, EarthNet LAN, wireless LAN built-in, Bluetooth, screen mirroring technology, mobile on TV mirroring, built-in voice assistance, Wi-Fi direct. Not only that, our TVs are backed with 12 months warranty, and we are currently on a promotion. Contact us on 333-3217.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Check Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information.
Join the Gambia's fastest growing network and enjoy high-speed 4G LTE. Dial star 335 hash to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to swap your SIM. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Welcome back, viewers, from that short break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV this morning. And we're joined by Skengman Suizi, ak favorite, Ibrahim Balde.
I'm in the building. I'm with Hussein Dara. Yeah. My brother, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
It's an honor to have you again, man. Second time in the studio.
For real.
We're having him actually before the album, and now we're having him after the album has been released, man.
Facts.
Today we're going to talk about the album. We're going to talk about your show itself. We're going to talk about the videos that you've dropped from the album.
Yeah.
They're good videos, man.
Thanks,
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
It's making wave out of here, man.
Yeah, for real.
So now, the album itself, bro, it's good. It's out. The feedback is good. And you had a listening party at Dubai as well. How was it like, bro?
Well, actually, like, when I had the call, and I was like, do I even know anybody in Dubai? Is there any Gambians, you know, and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So to me, it was just like something like, okay, just go perform, and then, you know, the people there, like, just give them a good show. But, like, when I went there, like, I came to realize that there were, like, a lot of Gambians that lived in Dubai, you know,
Right.
and all these people, like, they came to show love, you know, like, that was really amazing. Like, everybody that was there in the building was just, like, we were just enjoying ourselves, you know. It doesn't even, you don't even have to know the songs, like, to be part of the vibe, you know, like, everybody was just cooling, and then we were all just enjoying the moment, you know.
To be honest, the album is danceable. You can vibe to it, you know.
Yeah, so like that was a nice experience for me, you know. And then like I gained a little bit of contact there, you know, because there were people that were in Gambians, you know, like from different countries, Nigeria. You have other people from so many different countries, you know. And these people, they get to know your Insta handle or your social media, go follow your page, and then like get to listen to your song, you know, like expand your viewers and stuff like that. So it was a great experience for me.
Now the album, we saw a different Hussein from the album, man.
Yeah.
We all knew you as a rap artist, but it was strictly singing.
Yeah.
What really inspired you, like, to get into singing?
Well, you know, like music nowadays, like the rap doesn't. And I believe that, like, it's not just about the way the music is growing. It's about you yourself, as an artist. Like, the more you grow, the more you want to try new sounds and stuff like that. Because normally people know me doing this Afro trap kind of music and trap. But then on the album, like, we try to focus more on
Afrobeats.
Well, yeah, Afrobeats.
Well.
What is really selling out there, you know. And like, I'm really happy that the way we enjoyed it before the album came out was the same way the people get to enjoy it, or even more. You know, so it worked. So we're gonna be looking into that more.
For real, man. Secondly, as well, let's talk about the song you did with One Lyrical.
Yeah.
Mamacita.
Yeah.
My favorite song from the album, man. For real,
yeah,
man.
like 2 songs on the album that weren't supposed to be on the album turned out to be 2 of one of like they turned out to be like the biggest songs on the album. That's Katrina and the Mamacita. You know, because like I believe One Lyrical was in Gambia for a video shoot, And then he inboxed me on, he sent me a message on Instagram and was like, I'm in Gambia, like, if you want to collab. I'm like, okay, you can come to the studio. And then he came, and then I called my producer, and then he was there, and he played the beat, and one lyrical was like, this was the one.
And the song is fire, man.
Yeah, so that was how he did the hook, and then went back to Senegal. So I did my verses, and then he did his verse, and then sent it. And then I went to Senegal because we shot the video both Senegal and Gambia.
Yeah.
So I went to Senegal, we did his part, and then I did my part in Gambia.
For real. And you dropped a video not long ago.
Not longer, yeah.
I realized the video is dope, bro, man.
That was for the
Let's
streets.
talk about it, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I realized, like, the song, like, it's talking about me and the industry, you know, because, like, I believe that there was so many time in the industry that, like, people weren't giving me credit I deserve, you know, and then, like, they always sideline me and stuff like that, because as an artist, it doesn't matter, like, you don't have to be on the media talking about all this stuff. You, like, you do music, so you can put it in there, let them know this is what you feel at the end of the day. So I believe, like, I Realized was a song that was really talking, I was talking to the industry, like, you know, all the sidelines, all the countouts and all of that, but still, like, I'm here, and then we still doing what we got to do.
No, we know it's not really easy being in a label and being an artist as well. How are you managing with both the two?
Well, actually, like, the label I'm in right now is more like family. You know, that's why when people ask me, like, okay, how does it feel to be in a label and, like, being an artist and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't really know what you guys are talking about, because this is more like family, you know. Like, as I'm talking to you right now, I didn't even have I haven't signed a contract with my label. But, like, we working as, like, a label and an artist, you know. So it's more like a family than anything that you can think about.
So from there, we're just going to check this video of Hussein Dada. When we're back, we keep it going, man. I'm having fun. I don't know about you, but I'm having fun in the studio already, man. Yeah. Exactly.
No, Hussein, these people, they put jahase.
No, we talk on the low.
No, they can't do jahase.
So let's just watch this video, and when we're back, we continue the interview.
All right.
I realize boys all they don't want me living life. They just wanna see me suicide. If you're not with me, you are on the other side. Going in my wise, I realize boys all they don't want me living life. They just wanna see me suicide. If you're not with me, you are on the other side. Going in my wise, whole feeling take a do. I just started from the backyard. All my niggas, they be die hard. All they say that's on my hey. I don't need the energy, yeah. Jealous niggas that it's night on. I'm the realest, I'm the right one. I'm doing it all the way. Economy motivate. Fuck with the realest and then we ignore the fakes. Punching you motivate. New level, no, you can't debate it. They ask for a leader, but I am the candidate. I realize boys all they don't want me living life. They just wanna see me suicide. If you're not with me, you are on the other side. Going in my wise, I realize boys all they don't want me living life. They just wanna see me suicide. If you're not with me, you are on the other side. Going in my wise. Just the other day. Kapirin ko nung nilkang on the red. Now I'm getting paid, now I'm getting paper. Everywhere you go, I don't control with them. Halfway I'm on my way, me I'm about to blow up. Birin tulka struggle ko nung nigga come and show up nah. Making money, everybody know us. She won't do it for you niggas, but she do it for us nah. I realize boys all they don't want me living life. They just wanna see me suicide. If you're not with me, you are on the other side. Going in my wise, I realize boys all they don't want me living life. They just wanna see.
Yeah.
You said you don't know about drill music. This is drill music.
This is drill. So he does drill too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It shows how versatile Gambian artists are.
Okay.
They're doing great. Now, so let's talk about this video. You're cloning the video, actually.
Yeah.
Scene 2 the video. How does it work, man?
Well, actually, this video, like, I never thought that the video was going to be like this, because when I sent the song to the videographers and I was like, I want to do a video for this song, I was actually thinking of something very different from this one. You know, I was thinking about a song, a video that you will be with the guys and then y'all just vibing, and then they wrote the script and they sent it to me. I'm like, this is how you guys want the video to be? They were like, cool. I'm like, okay, let's do it. You know, so they kind of do it like somebody that's not okay in the head, but still out there, people are still vibing to what you're doing and stuff like that. And then you can see at the end of the video, it's me, like me, the sane Hussein and the insane Hussein, and then he got to inject this other one and then wear his clothes. You understand what I mean? So that's how. And then I kind of like it, you know, because it's different. You know, because people will think,
Talk to us about what it takes to be a versatile artist. You know, you are here doing different forms, Afro-manding sometimes. Sometimes you rap, sometimes you sing. So what does it take for an individual to be quite versatile, you know, when it comes to music?
Yeah, well, I believe in music, the only time you can start doing different kind of sounds. You cannot I cannot start music today. Like I cannot start music in 2021 and start doing different genres in that same year, because then I would confuse my listeners. But like, okay, me being in the industry now for like 5 years, I believe everybody knows Hussein as a rapper. So even if I'm doing Afro, you're gonna know he's doing Afro, he's singing, but still at the end of the day, this guy is a rapper. So that's what it takes. Like, it doesn't take a new artist, because then you cannot confuse people. They won't know what kind of music you're doing at start. But like, I've already done rap songs, and now it's like a growth. Like me growing up, like I'm growing up in the industry. You know, like I'm growing, and then that growth comes with different sounds. You know, that's what it takes.
Now let's talk about the event, Hussein. November.
Yeah.
What's happening in November, man? What's happening?
Man, November 13 is all going down in Q City.
For real, man. You know, that's our city,
loud.
Man. For real.
You know, it's already loud. You know, the fans, they have been waiting for this for a long time. You know, always they ask me, when are you gonna do that big concert? When is the concert coming? And then I believe that now is the perfect time that the album is out. You know. Like I can perform about like 16, 20 songs,
20 songs,
you know, and then, you know, I can still be on stage, you know, but then, let's say a year or two ago, you know, I didn't have all the songs, you know, but now you have 12 songs in the album, and then I have about like 13 or 25 other songs before the album. So this is when we give them that concert that we can be on stage for like 1 hour, 30 minutes, and then everybody's just there vibing, you know.
What should people expect?
Well, normally, like, I would say the usual, but this is gonna be different, because like that's what we are working. Even the stage, the sound system, like we want to be using the screens on the stage and stuff like that to give them a different kind of
international standard.
Yeah, standard. You know,
For real, man.
Yeah, because now I believe like Gambian music, you know, the fans are really showing so much support, so much love. So we have to be giving them more and more of things that are gonna make them, you know, like
feel like they belong.
You understand? Like we appreciating everything that they're doing out there, you know, because like the day I released the album, the very day the album came out, like I had about like 100,000 streams on Audio Mac. You know, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, we wouldn't even have 5,000 streams or whatever, you know. So that will show you that like Gambians are really listening to what we are doing now. So we have to level up. You know, we really have to level up.
What is happening in Thursday, bro?
Yo, Thursday, Drill meets Afro. It's happening at Vogue's nightclub, you know, we there, you know, Skank Man there, everybody there. So
trust me, if you want to chill with Hussein Dada, Thursday, man, don't miss it.
To be, you know.
I think you should come.
Yeah, you guys should come.
Yeah, you guys should come. So now we have few weeks more to your event at Q City. What preparation are you putting in place right now?
Well, right now we're working on the promotion, and then I have a couple of videos to drop before the launching itself, the concert itself, you know, and then we're working on the sponsors too, you know, trying to reach out to the sponsors to see, because it's easier that way, you know, even this sound system and stage I'm talking about, they don't just fall from the sky, you know, and then we have put in a lot of, we really invested a lot of money on the album, the videos, you know, everything is expensive nowadays, but alhamdulillah, you know, so far. So we're working on it.
So one last question before we almost done with time. One last question. What are you gonna do with your biggest paycheck from the music industry? I need to know, man. We need to know things like this.
If I get that big check, I'm buying my mama a house, bro.
For real, I'm proud of you, bro.
Dubai.
No,
this morning team
Mr.
Dubai.
Bale is going to Dubai.
From you dem Dubai, man. Musuma dem Dubai.
No, bro. Okay, now I'll take you to Dubai.
Yeah,
I'll
because
take you to
Ken Man's
Dubai.
gonna be part of it. So if he's bringing you,
You know the funniest thing? You know the funniest thing? They said I'm broke. When I'll take you.
Dangeen maa yóbbuwaale man ku seen laa topp man waaw man
Boom said was taking my long as well. Yeah. So viewers, it was nice having Lucen in the studio today. It was really amazing. But we're coming your way on Thursday as well. Tomorrow I'm gonna go off, man.
Yeah, November 13th.
Exactly.
Why man nag suma dress bi
Kill City.
please Ibrahima
Kill
foog nga gunge
City, bro.
ma foog nga gunge ma parce que suma dress bi waaye balaa boobu waaw nañ taxaw rek gunge ko mu def acapella benn yoon waaw dafa dagan
my Dubai baby.
waaw dafa
You can join us.
waaw dama jàpp rek ñu dem dafa
You know, Bale, I don't like this.
Buba, you have to start liking this.
Okay.
so fi mu ne nii mu defal
I
ñu
have no
acapella
choice.
rek balaa ñu tëj wax mbuba yeeg yooyu
Okay. Buka bo la line all cross no tolkana border le margin. Nyil buka imagine tolkana lyrics all time and the nyameng. Ni nigga sol fungal ma loyal. Voice in a circle of tight and trust me. I'm a gentle boy but in Pito kongana ni bito divergent.
Asusa
Sakole as well.
Asusa
Corona.
Ah.
Nyola.
Safununa.
Discriminate fata koi fata fing. Now it's getting real whole world panicking. Abuka dindim bula. Keba bula. Kafu bandula. Najeta bula. But no. Honeybee dol mala. Dun dol kanya fata fing mo manfa. Nijiyo sisukinai mo memang kombuka believe na.
Man, look at this.
We are having fun.
Waaye Dubai bi tamit dafa war a daw man ay listening party Dubai laa bëgg man Dubai
Noonu la ñu war a dugal
Dubai bi dafa war a daw
I'll take you.
but the outfit is provided by Dreams Come True Boutique and the number is 3720588 3720588 gentlemen
And I want to say something. You're looking good, man.
Okay,
and my outfit was provided by OT Fashion Shop.
Okay.
Link him, man. He's gonna got you sort out, man. Everything you need.
The Dreams Come True Boutique la. Light chocolate.
Yeah.
Boba man nak dama so man nak one stop water solution. Xam nga one stop water solution. Hussein.
Not really.
Gis nga one stop water solution. Filters. Tank. Yow yaay Hussein Dada yow waruloo naan ndox bu tilim.
Waaw dégg la gañ.
yow one stop water solution ñoo war a filter sa ndox jox la dispenser jox la tank uyu ma nga naan ndox bu set nga war a naan.
One stop dégg
One stop to sign Hussein.
waaw.
Yeah. Novelas.
ñoom it ñu ngi si biir.
Borom parfum yu ne.
jeex na
waaw. Kon ñu ne leen sponsor yi excellent affaire si jàpp.
man nag I'm not going to be here tomorrow so Ibrahima nga jàppa keneen ngeen def ba mbaax so man ba Thursday inshallah I'll see you on Thursday I won't be here tomorrow so looking forward to an amazing program tomorrow inshallah.
Start na di feebar.
Looy jooy.
Looy
jooy
I'll got you.
No, baby, bul dem.
Bul dem. Merci beaucoup. Bye ma dem.
No, bul dem.
Bye ma dem. Anyway, viewers, thank you so much for joining us. That is all we have for you in this edition of Youth Dialogue. Congratulations and we wish you good luck on your album launching inshallah. Kuma fadigaat ne mamas. Youth Dialogue mbaa this morning doo man nag maa ngi bëgg a Youth Dialogue this morning bye for now waaw nañ dem dafa jeex.
Novelas ni ma gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ji ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex almadina boo ko pompe xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex